Hey loves, I just wanted to say before y'all book that trip to Dubai, before y'all give y'all money over to the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, I want y'all to know that that camel whose back you about to get on, the money for that is going towards starving. The money that you're about to spend on that plane ticket to go to Dubai to lay down on a beach is literally funding.
Africa has played a big part in lifting Dubai into the golden city that it is. Every month, tons of African gold lands in the United Arab Emirates. However, this gold doesn't land there willingly because it's smuggled. Let me give you an example. Sudan is Africa's third largest gold producer, behind only Ghana and South Africa.
Okay, so I want to make it very clear that the UAE is who is responsible for the genocide happening in Sudan, and let me tell you why. They do not have one gold mine, yet they are one of the largest traders of gold internationally every year.
Hey fam, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you my lovelies are watching this from, you're doing alright and God has protected you and preserved you very well. I do appreciate you guys that keep supporting me on here. To my members, thank you so very much as well for exclusively supporting, and as always you're back with another interesting episode. Now I landed on these clips of so many people that were speaking and putting light on the issues that are happening in Sudan and how you as a black person should not even bother yourself to prepare and plan a trip in Dubai, because Dubai is behind all these massive genos that are happening in Africa, let's say Congo, let's say, Sudan. And, these are very, very important. I want us to look at all these clips together. We will definitely come back and talk about it.
Hey loves, I just wanted to say before y'all book that trip to Dubai, before y'all give y'all money over to the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, I want y'all to know that that camel whose back you about to get on, the money for that is going towards keeping kids in Sudan starving. The money that you're about to spend on that plane ticket to go to Dubai to lay down on a beach is literally funding war that's happening in Sudan. People are dying right now. People are dying in the moment that you're watching this video. People are dying yesterday. People are dying the day before yesterday. People dying last week. People are going to die tomorrow. And you want to know why? Because people keep giving their money to Dubai. People keep giving their money funding an atrocity that they're not even aware of is taking place. And some people are aware of the fact that this is taking place in Sudan and they don't care. Y'all just want that fugly chocolate bar. Put it down. There are kitchens in Sudan right now that are trying to feed the starving, dehydrated, malnutrition, food insecure people of Sudan. And they can't even do that. They're shutting down because the funds are low. But you want to know where the funds are high at? Them trips, them Airbnbs, them dune buggies. I don't know why people go to Dubai. I don't know. Know that the money that you are putting towards a trip to Dubai is money that is going towards the death of little kids, people, humans. Please. And then another thing, y'all just want to go to Dubai to fit an aesthetic that you're trying to portray to other people that doesn't even align with you. You're trying to go to Dubai to lay up on a beach at sunset so that other people can like your Instagram story. You walking through a mall, you see those gold chains and those diamond chains. Where do you think that comes from? The diamonds, Congo. The gold, Sudan. Mind you, those aren't even the only countries where those specific natural resources are being siphoned from. Congo and Sudan are being siphoned from multiple other natural resources that they have and other things that they can provide. But stop going to Dubai. Please, girl. You can literally, if you want an aesthetic so bad, there's so many other places that you can go where they're not causing genocide, starvation, malnutrition, where people are desperate for medication because of disease outbreaks. And then if you are going to go to these places that are, not genocidal maniacs, still bring attention to the other places that are experiencing genocide due to the money that we providing. Humanitarianism is simply just giving a fuck about people. See yourself in the position of other people. Give a fuck enough. Care enough.
Africa has played a big part in lifting Dubai into the golden city that it is. Every month, tons of African gold lands in the United Arab Emirates. However, this gold doesn't land there willingly because it's smuggled. Let me give you an example. Sudan is Africa's third largest gold producer, behind only Ghana and South Africa. 70% of the gold produced in Sudan is smuggled out of the country. Most of it ends up in Dubai. The same is true of Cameroon. Most of the gold that is produced in Cameroon is also smuggled out of the country, and most of it ends up in Dubai. You may say that this gold only lands in Dubai because Africans are smuggling it out in the first place. But you'd be wrong, because Africans are not the ones smuggling it out. It's a handful of corrupt leaders that are doing this. They are stealing it from the people, smuggling it out and selling it. They are only able to do so because there's a market for that smuggled gold. You can't blame that on Africans. And so we, the people of Africa, are saying to the world out there, stop buying smuggled gold from Africa. It belongs to the people of Africa, who will sell it in the right way, in a way that benefits the people of Africa.
Macklemore, I have a question for you and only you. Why are you going to perform in Dubai? I don't know if you know about Dubai, but Dubai gets gold from Sudan. Some people would say that that gold is stolen. The gold that comes from Sudan goes to Dubai so that Dubai can make money for the UAE. The UAE, which is funding the Rwanda militia group that is oppressing and has been oppressing Sudan for the past year now. The UAE gets 99% of $16 billion that comes from Sudan, which is allegedly stolen. You may have heard about Sudan and how they recently just experienced a group of children being placed in a gathering together. Some of them were still alive and they were shot at until they were dead. You might know about Sudan also because they're facing one of the largest humanitarian crises in the world: illness, famine, mass displacement, sexual abuses every day. Love what you're doing for the Palestinians, being their voice in music. Love that you gave the middle finger to the government. Why are you going to Dubai?
Okay, so I want to make it very clear that the UAE is who is responsible for the genocide happening in Sudan, and let me tell you why. They do not have one gold mine, yet they are one of the largest traders of gold internationally every year. A report put out by Swiss Aid said that from 2012 to 2022, the UAE received the amount of gold equivalent to $115 billion that was smuggled to the UAE from Africa. So the UAE was only able to call Dubai the city of gold because of all of their absolutely heinous crimes that they are committing and the resources that they are stealing from land that is not theirs. The amount of countries that are benefiting from the destabilization of Sudan is fucking insane, okay? The United Arab Emirates does not have any gold mines. Sudan has a whole bunch of gold mines because Sudan is filled with gold, right? You have to understand the amount of gold in Sudan, like this amount of resources could rebuild a nation. Sudan, here's the Red Sea, here's Saudi Arabia, here's Yemen, here's Oman, and the United Arab Emirates is right here, this little tiny area. Sudan is in an awful, terrible, bloody, devastating war that's been going on since April of 2023. And what's been going on since long before that, but especially now, is the RSF is going through Sudan, completely destabilizing it, taking gold from these gold mines and selling the gold to the UAE. The UAE is buying this blood gold, and this profits that they're making are going to buying weapons and to funding this genocide that's happening and these massive amounts of war crimes that are being committed in Sudan right now against the Sudanese people. Okay, so when you think about it like that, the UAE, they know who they're buying this gold from, okay? They know what they're doing to get this gold, and they know that the money that they are paying is going to go right back in to funding this genocide in this war. So when people say that the UAE is literally guilty of funding genocide, this is true. This is a fact. Because instead of this money going back into the people of Sudan, like this amount of resources could fund the rebuilding of Sudan. This could be such a beautiful, amazing thing for its people. People could be thriving right now, and they're not. And it's devastating. And for what? For what? Because the United Arab Emirates wants to have Dubai called the City of Gold?
Although the ICJ has not done anything beneficial since its inception, it is nice that there's going to be some more focus on the UAE for their complicity in genocide. The UAE has been arming the Rapid Support Forces for at least 2 years now. The UAE has no gold mines. The leader of the Rapid Support Forces, Mohammed Hameti, has a bank account in Abu Dhabi underneath his own name. And they've had a close relationship with the RSF leader. The UAE gets 80% of its gold from Sudan. The RSF left a bunch of material, and there were 5 Emirati passports found next to it, from Abu Dhabi, Dubai. The UAE has sent the RSF to fight the Houthis before in Yemen. Basically, the UAE is complicit in every single way and actually perpetrator, seeing as they are trying to get all the gold from Sudan. You can also blame Britain, you can also blame the United States, and you can also blame France. So thank you, world, for failing the Sudanese people. But again, it's nice that people are going to look into this. Free Sudan and the UAE.
You say you love perfumes that smell like the Middle East and that come from the Middle East, but you won't even discuss any of the humanitarian crises taking place in the Middle East. And I'm not just talking about Palestine, Sudan as well. Sudan is not in the Middle East, but the atrocities being committed in Sudan by the RSF are being funded by the UAE, which is located in the Middle East. Home to Dubai, home to all the luxury that you girlies love to go and flaunt and bathe in. That is who is funding the atrocities taking place in Sudan right now. So just as we're calling out the girlies who sprinkle za'atar and everything and refuse to talk about Palestine, we too will be calling out the people who go to Dubai, bathe in Arab perfumes, bathe in the gold jewelry, yet have nothing to say about Sudan. I'm working on a video on the UAE's involvement in Sudan, so stay tuned for that. However, in the meantime, you can go and check out Red Mad's post on Instagram about how to boycott in support of Sudan. And please follow these amazing, wonderful creators for more updates on Sudan.
Hey, if you're landing on a channel for your very first time, please do not forget to subscribe and let me know what you think about this very episode. Now, these are one of the most topics that we should even be talking about. But guys, I'm going to be giving points in here that probably will make sense to some, and of course, it may not make sense to others. That's why I always appreciate your opinions. Put them in the comment section as well. One thing I realize about the suffering of Black people is nobody cares. Nobody cares. Does that ring a bell? Especially if you are Black in America, Black in the UK. Any suffering of a Black person does not matter. You ask questions like, you guys are not talking about Sudan and Congo and all these other countries. We do. But it looks like when it comes to Africa, we have also normalized suffering. So, you know how you cry and you get tired of crying and you just keep quiet. But it's not because the pain is not there. That's what happens on the continent. People cry and cry and cry and ask for help. And everybody looks and be like, you understand? So, lives of Black people, lives of Africans are not lives enough. We also see the massive attention that is drawn to Pali. We all see the massive attention that is drawn to Ukraine. And these countries that have other palm-colored and like yellowish or any other color of people, they will pay attention to that. But when it comes to the continent, it looks like we are supposed to be the ones that are suffering while others are enjoying and taking our resources. And so when you say probably people don't talk about it a lot, no, they do. These things are in the media. But the thing also is some of these crises are even underreported. They are not represented in a way of seriousness as they are. In fact, when you hear people talking about this, they will call it a civil war. They'll be like, Africans are just unaliving each other. That's normal. That's not normal, guys. That's not normal. And I think some people misunderstand this whole concept of, oh, why would you guys fight against each other? You're the same people. Who told you? These are the same people. I want to try to be more reasonable in this. One thing they don't tell you is, just like Europe is diverse, it has the Germans that are called white. It has those that come from the UK that are white. It has those that are Irish, they are called white. It has all these people. It has the French. And trust me, never ever categorize those people in the same basket and put them in there and be like, you are all one. You will hear them fighting. In fact, that is one of the reasons as to why they even started fighting. They were fighting each other for decades. Even right now, they still have some things that are different, right? But when it comes to Africa, they bundle us all together. You are one people. Yes, we do have one skin color, but trust me, there's diversity over here, different tribes. So when they say, oh, Africans are doing this to themselves, no, absolutely not. I think that's the same thing that even one of the excuses that is used in slavery, that, oh, Africans sold their own people. These were different groups of people that had beefs with each other. Different tribe. This tribe is beefing with this one, just like it was happening in Europe. French never liked, Russians. The Russians never liked the whatevers, the British. Like, it is how it used to be. So this whole narrative of under and misrepresenting this whole thing of, oh, Africans are just, no, there are different groups of people that are being funded by different groups. You understand? And I think it's very important when Black people are boycotting people that are bringing misery to their people. This is going to be a huge collective. Black people normally support other groups of people. Black people are very, influential in the Pali movement and Ukraine. But the thing is, we need that collective voice as well. Like I said over here, pain of a Black person is normalized. And this should make a lot of sense to you, because it is the same thing that happens to you as well, even from wherever you're coming from. So I think we need that collective support, and I think also that is one of the reasons as to why they don't want us to come together. Like, the African diaspora has to be kept away from the African continent, because they know for sure that if we have that one strong voice all together, we are going to be like unbreakable. We are going to be a force to be reckoned. And I think when you are planning to go and take your money to such a country to enjoy a desert, right, think about what they are doing to Black people on the continent of Africa. Also put yourself in shoes that if you were here, this would not be different. What is happening in Sudan and in Congo is not a civil unrest, it's a genocide. Anyway, I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section. But yeah, I would rather you plan your trips to come to the continent instead of wasting it on the people that keep, taking your people out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and I'll definitely see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Gracie and I love you. Bye.